Okay, so we have Linda back for our third cooking class for July. And this time I'm going to be able to record multiple angles. I figured it out. And so Linda is taking this. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Linda's taking the spot of Intu, who is a Thai chef that is currently opening a restaurant in Oakland. And I went last night. It was so good. Joe's Modern Thai. But Intu will be recording, self-recording her own video, and then we'll post a link to it for later. So we won't do a live cooking class with her. So Linda has designed the whole cooking series for the CSA and was gracious enough to come step in and develop these two recipes, a soup and a salad. And I'm not going to talk so much because we only have an hour, and we're going to let Linda get started.
All right, thanks. Do we have anybody here that is cooking with me?
You can unmute yourselves. Are you allowed to unmute? I don't know how.
Oh, just put up your hand and Leslie can tell me how many. So that'll be great.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. You could just type it if you are cooking or unmute
Or
yourself.
just like put up your hand. You know, if you're looking at gallery view, Leslie, you'll see like if there's anybody. I just want to know if there's anybody, so that I can go slower or faster if there's nobody.
I'm not. This is Barbara. I'm not cooking.
Hi, Barbara.
Hi, Linda.
Dominic, when you're done, can you flip it over? I need to see it. Yeah.
Hi,
Can
this
I
is
see?
Nina. I have a baby, so I'm trying to go on mute in case you start screaming. Sorry.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. So there's me and this is Barbara again. There's me and my daughter,
Hello.
Maddie. Yes.
Hey, hi.
Nice.
Hi. Thank you.
All right. Okay. Great. Well, if there's nobody cooking, then I'm going to go fast so that we can get it all out, get you guys out. Okay. So the first thing I want to do is talk about the dishes. We're going to do 2 dishes using some of the ingredients that you got in your box today, or this week and last week. Or if not, you'll probably be seeing it in your box very soon. The first one is SHUI, which is water boiled fish. Not very exciting, so I call it like fish in crazy water because it is really spicy. I think the water boil is a classic Sichuan style of cooking. There's water boiled pork, there's water boiled beef and things like that. But it's really spicy sauce, really delicious. And traditionally, we always use Chinese celery as the vegetable in the sauce. It's just kind of like a nice balance. It's strong enough to balance off all the Sichuan peppercorn spice and things like that. So that's the first dish. We'll use some greens, green onions, always have to have around, cilantro as a garnish and things like that. And then the second dish that we're going to do is totally different cuisine altogether, but we're just trying to impart some, vegetable knowledge here, using techniques with using vegetable, is Vietnamese gỏi gà, which is the cabbage and chicken salad. So we're going to use the Taiwanese flat head salad, cabbage, and it's pretty much a coleslaw, and it's delicious. We have chicken. I'm going to steam some chicken. You can also use rotisserie chicken as a substitute. If you have the chicken breast, which I don't know, my personal family, my family in Malaysia, we are not big on chicken breast, so it's always kind of like leftover. So you can always use if you get a rotisserie chicken, you can shred up the chicken breast and then you can skip the whole steaming chicken. It is going to have a nok cham, which is a great dressing that you can use for a lot of other salads. So hopefully you learn some techniques that you can apply to a lot of other vegetables. In the salad, we're going to use rau ram, all right, which I think you guys have seen in your box. Mint, cilantro, green onions, You can also put in perilla if you have some, which is really always very nice. You know, those big leaves that you have that's kind of like purple at the bottom and green on top. So here we go. So what we're gonna do first is steam the chicken. So I have a steamer. If you have a steamer, if you're cooking with me, get a steamer ready. I just buy one of these racks, put some water in it, have a El Cheapo metal plate like this. Okay, and I'm just gonna put like a chicken breast that I have on the plate and just steam it. All right. You can put some salt and pepper on the chicken if you have not hasn't brined it. I like to brine my chicken whatever method I cook with. So this chicken breast has been brined for 2 hours in a brine solution that has like 1/2 cup salt and 2 quarts of water, or in that concentration. So when the water boils, I'm just gonna put the chicken in and then let it steam for, where's my cover? I thought Alice used it earlier. Alice, where's my cover? And I'm gonna steam the chicken when it's boiling. I'm just gonna steam it for 20 minutes, 25 minutes. What I want to do is just cook the chicken. You can also, poach it in like slow boiling water. You can also roast it, but steaming it seems the easiest. If you have a tatong at home, you just put it into the tatong and, boil away, press the button and you're done. So I have a steamer going. It's 5:39 now, and it'll probably be ready a little after 6. Very easy. It was just chicken that was brined, but if you haven't brined it, just sprinkle some salt and pepper on it. So now that your hands are clean of chicken, we're going to move on to the salad and the prep. Okay. The first thing I'm going to do is prepare the chili oil for the Shui. This is a different chili oil than the chili oil that I know Leslie is used to. This is just a very simple, quick chili oil. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to bring to boil about 1/2 cup of hot of oil. I think it's 1/2 cup. Yeah, 1/2 cup of any unflavored oil. Here you are. All right. So I'm gonna this is that much. I have like about 1/2 cup of unflavored oil. I'm just gonna bring that to boil. Okay. So if you are doing some fancy chili oil, you can always flavor the oil when it's simmering. But today I'm just doing a straight red oil. So it's just, I have Sichuan peppercorn that's ground up, Korean gochugaru, which is a not so spicy but very red curry, red pepper, and then some just kind of like Italian pizza chili pepper. Sometimes I save it from the pizza packet and then just throw it out. So this is my spice mix. If you really want to be fancy, you can simmer your oil with some whole spices of like stani, cinnamon, and things like that. But today you don't need to. I do a red oil that I put like, I don't know, 10 spices into the oil and simmer until it's really fragrant, and then I strain the oil into a similar mixture like this to make a flavored red chili oil. Okay, so now when my oil is boiling, while my oil is boiling, I am going to make the crispy shallot for the salad. Okay, so those are the things kind of like prep. These are the things that you can do like 3 weeks ahead if you want to, if you're having a dinner party, or you just want to have a pot of crispy shallots sitting around. You can do this way ahead. In fact, I do have crispy shallots sitting around, but I'm just doing this just to demonstrate to y'all how this is done. So anyway, this is how I peel a shallot. So you get a shallot and you cut it into 2, you leave the root on. I think I sent out the link on that. And then you cut off the stem, you leave the root on, the root is holding on to the leaves, and then you just kind of like follow the lines all around it. Using the tip of your knife. Flip it. All right, cut off the root at this point, and then do the same. Cut off the root, flip it. The whole idea of cutting it like this is just to kind of like have pieces that are all about the same size. See that? They're all about the same size. And so when you're cooking it, nothing, it's not as if like the bigger pieces doesn't get brown, golden, and then the smaller pieces are burning away. So all your shallots about the same size. The shallots these days are really big, so this is probably enough to make your crispy shallot. But because it's so tasty, I'm going to make a little bit more, so to have more shallot sitting around. Okay, sorry, I'm just doing this. Part of it is just for my home prep. So I saved the oil. I always have a bottle of the crispy shallot oil for like, blanching vegetables. So like when I get like the tong ho, the chrysanthemum garland, I just blanch it in water, and I have like my bottle of shallot oil like this sitting around. Okay, and I just pour it over my blanched vegetables. Any of the greens are wonderful. And then a little bit of soy sauce. You don't even need oyster sauce for this. It's so delicious. So always have a bottle of shallot oil sitting around, especially if you're getting, especially when you have a box from Leslie, which are so abundant, and you always have all these vegetables. And I find like the fastest way to eat vegetables is to blanch them, and then, have it with the shallot oil. So here we go. I'm almost done here. If I'm too fast for anybody, let me know. Okay. Right. So I have here my compost. Right. Perfect. Just in time. My oil is now hot. See how hot it is? It's starting having to have leaks. So now it's nice and hot. It's a bit smoky. And I'm just gonna kind of like wait a few minutes. It's a bit too hot probably. This is a bit smoky. Wait a little bit. And I'm gonna pour it over my heat-proof bowl, hopefully, and over the spices, all right, to make the red chili oil. I'm just gonna mix it up a bit, all right, and I'm just gonna pour it on. I'm just gonna sizzle. All right. Okay. Okay. And then I am going to cook the crispy shallot. So we have here the sliced shallot, putting it into the pot, and then pouring in some oil. I'm just going to use my rice bran oil. I don't know what oil this was. It was from my kids' summer camp. Smells like canola to me. So I prefer rice bran oil. Okay. All right. So I just cover it with oil. I'm going to put it back to the stove and just let it simmer in the background so that it's turned golden. I'm not sure if I did this in the last class, but anyway, if you ever taken a class from me, this is pretty, I use that quite a lot. Okay, so here my chili oil is nice and red. Look at that. Okay, and we'll come back to it later. Okay, get it out of the way. All right. All right. Chicken is steaming. My plate is still clean. Now we're going to prep the ingredients for the salad. Okay, so for the salad, Dominic, what are you doing? Yeah. All right, my son is over here making also some noise. Okay. All right. So anyway, you want to wash your onion, your shallot that it's simmering on the medium heat. You start with cold oil. You're not deep frying it. You want to evaporate all the moisture from it, and then once the moisture is evaporated, it starts to crisp up. When it's golden, we pull the shallots away. So now we are going to work with the herbs and the cabbage. So for the salad, you can either run this through a food processor, the one with the blade, or you can just slice it. So I'm just going to slice it by hand since I only need 3 cups of it. Flat cabbage are sweeter and does really well with salads like this. Okay, so you want to get it as thin as you can get it to be, and you want it only 3 cups. So I think one easy way, instead of being rocking around like that, is I cut it into 2 and then I just slice it so it's not rocking away. You can just put this into your Cuisinart and what you got it, you will just slice it really easily. I just removed a few pieces of cabbage outside, and then I don't really even wash the cabbage because it just feels clean. Is that right, Leslie? I mean, it's covered, you know, it is naturally covered by you know, itself. So I don't know. I've never really found any bugs in the inside the yeah. So
Something yeah, it's just everybody, since we are no spray chemical free farm, you should carefully inspect all of your vegetables.
If not, you just get additional protein, right? Okay, so all I need is about 3 cups worth. So I'm just going to finish cutting this. All right, see, beautiful. I'm gonna work on this. I'm looking. Hey, Dominic, do you think that you can get me one of the bowls under the Buddha? The flat one, okay? Thanks. The flat one, huh? Yeah. So anyway, I'm just trying to get my salad bowl together. And I have 3 cups of cabbage. Perfect, thank you. I'm careful. All right. So I have 3 cups of cabbage. Chicken is steaming. I think it's 3 cups. And then just for color, and this is not necessary at all, you just kind of like 1 cup of red cabbage, okay? So it's just really for the color and nothing else, okay? So you want 1 cup. So if you guys, you know, the most important thing to have in your kitchen is a really sharp knife. So you can cut anything. If you are just about to get married or have a registry for a present, knife should be up there. Better to spend $300 on 1 good knife than a whole set of knives.
Linda, do you sharpen your knives pretty often?
I do. And then I have the SHUI knives. I actually send it back to the factory to get it factory sharpened. So once a year, I send it back to be factory sharpened, and then the rest I just sharpen with a whetstone. So I'm going to check on my chicken water to make sure that there's still water. Since my pan was pretty small. Sorry. Okay. So if you guys have a chance, go into some restaurant in Oakland. Oh my goodness, the food is so good. I'm so sorry that, you know, she's really sorry that she couldn't be here today. She was a hero. She really wanted to try to do this. And I was like, you're opening a restaurant, you know. It's crazy enough, you know. So she is going to record her lard using kohlrabi. And then she's also going to do, a papaya salad using kohlrabi, and then a chicken lard using all sorts of herbs. So, and you get that recording sometime next week. So here you go. We have all the salad stuff, right? Other ingredients that is going into your salad. So we have chicken, we have cabbage, we have carrot. We have 1 carrot. We're going to julienne that with you know what? I'm just gonna show off my $2 Thai peeler. This is a great peeler that you can get from any Chinese grocery store. It's for like literally $2, and it peels really cute. Julien's. See that? It's wonderful. And then the rest of the carrot, you can just actually slice it if you want, and it looks like serrated flowers. It's really beautiful. But anyway, this is the classic Thai peeler. So again, this is all for color, so you don't need to do that much. Just like a whole stick of it is good enough. Okay, so some nice, bright colors. And now we'll go on to the herbs. So chicken is doing, Shallot is cooking, and then the herbs. We have mint, okay? So to chiffonade, what you want to do is you want to stack your mint. You want to put the small guys, the big leaf on the outside, and then the small guys in the middle. All right, and then roll it up like a joint, and then just slice it. If your knife is sharp, it doesn't bruise the herb. It's beautiful. So we have half cup of mint, okay? And then rau ram, a quarter cup of rau ram. So this is rau ram. I think that you guys get some rau ram too, and it's just a lovely vegetable. It's a I think it's in the cilantro family. Is it? Do you know if it's the same family? I don't know the botanical family.
Yeah, I don't know for sure, but another common name, Vietnamese.
Yeah. Yeah, it's Vietnamese cilantro, and folks that has cilantro sensitivity, apparently 23andMe also tracks that. Says that they also have sensitivity to rau ram. But rau ram in Vietnamese cuisine, we use it as an herb. So you'll see it, but it's very strong. So we definitely have to chiffonade it. In Malaysian cuisine, we use it in laksa. We call it laksa leaf. So I'm just gonna wrap it with a mint because the mint is bigger. And then again, run your knife through it. Okay. All right, so we have rau ram and then we have mint. Okay, so those are the two things that you should already have in your box, or if not, and if you love it so much, the CSA, when they go into recess during the winter, you can always plant root this and plant it. It grows really well in the winter, at least in San Francisco. I just rooted, and in fact it might be from last year's box, Leslie, this rau ram, because I planted in my balcony. Yeah.
Taking over.
Okay. Taking over. Yes, it does grow everywhere, so I would highly recommend that you put it in a box. Okay. Okay, so we have mint, we have rau ram. What else do we need? We need cilantro and green onions, right? So cilantro, the stems are lovely, so don't throw out the stems. The roots are invaluable. You can't even find it if you have roots and you want to and you don't know what to do with it. Leslie is one of the only few farmers that gives you the roots. Put it in the freezer, and then one day I'll give you a recipe for a curry paste, a Thai curry paste where you use the roots. So I just roll it up into a ball, stems and all, and then just kind of like run my knife through it again. All right, so we have cilantro, and then green onions. Okay, we need 1 cup of cilantro actually. So again. All right, what time is it? 6. My chicken is almost ready. My onion is boiling away. Okay. And then I'm going to save some cilantro for garnishing. And then green onions. So I just want to use the white part. So I'm just going to kind of like use the tip of my knife, run my knife through it lengthwise. All right, and then just cut it up into small 1-inch pieces. Okay, so we have like the whole salad here, pretty much. So all we need now is the nook cham. Okay, so just kind of like toss it. It's beautiful. Okay, lots of herbs, and then it's the chicken. So we'll come back and visit this later. Okay, so that's that is the salad, and we now want to do the salad dressing. Your onion is still coming together. It's not golden yet, but coming soon. So what do we have now is the nook cham, which is the salad dressing. I'm very messy today. Okay, for the nook cham, we have, okay, a lime, a garlic, a chili, a Thai chili, and some sugar. And so I have 3 tablespoons of sugar. And then I'm going to add in some cabbage in here. I'm going to add in 2 tablespoons of hot water to dissolve the sugar ahead. Okay. Now, sometimes I ask people to kind of like dissolve it, but you know, in the interest of time, or just because the quantity is so little, I just kind of like say add hot water and it will just dissolve over time. Okay, so I'll just let that go. And then I need, what do I need? Let's see, to make the nook cham, I need 1 Thai chili, 1 garlic, sugar, 2 tablespoons of lime juice. So I cut off the tip and the base, and I'm just going to cut it off center here. All right. Okay, and then I need about 2 tablespoons, which is about half of this cup. So the way of cutting it this way, you get more juice out of it. So this way of cutting, you get all the juice. It doesn't look good for a cocktail, but it is great for getting the juice out. But if you don't care what your cocktail looks like, so you can also cut this way, which is okay. So I'm looking like I'm going to be using up all the lemon or the lime, and then the middle you just kind of like squeeze it, get all the juice out, and then I'm just kind of like keeping an eye on my shallot. If you're cooking along with me, keep an eye on your shallot. Okay, it should be brown by now. So these kind of cups are like 4 tablespoons, so half cup of it is 2 tablespoons. Okay, so I have my shallot. Okay, and I want to stop to pull my shallot oil off the heat. Okay, and I also want to stop to clean because this is annoying me. Okay. So we have sugar, we have lime juice, we have white vinegar, 1 tablespoon of white vinegar, okay, and we have chili. I had frozen these chili, so it's a bit soft, but the heat is still there. I just want it for heat. And I just got off the seed like that. Okay. And I want my minced garlic. So I peeled my garlic already. I have a whole bottle of it peeled. I'm going to make little slices and then flip it 90 degrees, make little slices, and then flip it 90 degrees, make slices like this. So you already broken down, you know, most of the garlic, and then you just kind of like run your knife right through it. Okay, so here's your nook cham. You can put more chili if you like, but I'm not a real spicy person, so just leaving like that. And the last thing and the most important ingredient is, of course, your fish sauce. So you will want like 2 tablespoons of fish sauce, okay? And there you go. This is the dressing for your chicken. So when the chicken is ready, which is supposed to be ready now, about time, I turn off the heat. I'm going to test the temperature to make sure that it reaches. This is delicious. It will dissolve over time. And then we're going to pour it onto my salad. Okay. So that's the first dish. We have the crispy shallot, right? We have the oil, which we're going to drizzle some oil when we're tossing the salad. This is a crispy shallot, which I'm going to pull out. And I'm going to save the oil, okay? And I'm going to check on the chicken, and the chicken should be ready soon. All right. Oh. All right. Use my thermometer. All right, 165. Once I hit 165, we are done. We are good. And so I have my, all Taiwanese people would recognize this, my little claw. Why did I put it over the sauce? Okay. So my chicken is ready and it's just kind of like chilling out. Okay. All right. And now we're going to prep the ingredients. We'll wait for the chicken to be cooled down at the end, and then we're just going to prep the ingredients for the other dish. Okay. Using the same pot. All right, the next thing that we're gonna do is just kind of like prep the ingredients. This is for the shui juyu. We have Sichuan peppercorn. I use a combination of red and green. The green is more citrusy, the red is more woody. And then we have the sauce. The sauce is what you call it? Shaoxing wine, soy sauce, a bit of sugar and pepper. Okay, and a little bit of sesame oil. I just kind of like mix it all up together so that it's ready to go when I'm doing my stir fry. Okay, and then we have doubanjiang, which is fermented chili bean sauce. All right, we have salted black black beans. It's actually black soybeans, which I'm just gonna run my knife through, and then pickled radish, which I also going to run my knife through. So in August, which is next month, Henry is going to do a class on pickled radish. So you'll be very familiar with pickled radish. So I'm just going to run my knife through this and then run my knife through the salted black beans, which adds a lot of umami and salt to your dish. Okay. Straight from the packet. Okay. So these are the ingredients that will go back into the dish. All right, and then we have dried chili peppers. I'm using a combination of because I don't have Sichuan peppers, which are not so spicy, so I'm using a combination of California chili and cayenne chili. Okay, seeds on, and then we have some minced garlic. Damn, I should mince this. Remember, 1, 2, 3, 4, flip it. 1, 2, 3, and then slice both. Okay, so we have 2 cloves of garlic. And then we have some sliced white part of a green onion. This is more in line with more like an onion rather than a green onion, the white part. Okay. Right, and then we have about a teaspoon of ginger. So I use the skin on, in dishes like that, just less work. I'll just grate it. About 1 inch worth. Okay, so here's my niece for the fish. Whoa, I put my compost in the sauce. Now the fish. Okay, here's my fish. I am using tilapia today. Usually, I think people use this fish called yellowfish in Sichuan. We definitely can't get that here, so I'm just using a tilapia. All right. So what we want to do here is velvetize the fish. Fancy word for just kind of like coating it with some cornstarch, so that when you're cooking it, the cornstarch kind of like creates a nice coating, so that it doesn't overcook the fish and preserve the flavors in the fish. So here I have my tilapia. You can also use rock cod. Okay. Okay, I think I'm done with all the cutting, and now I'm going to go to cooking mode. So, velvetizing, what we're gonna do is sprinkle on some salt and pepper with some cornstarch. Pretty much, that's what it is. Okay, and just cover it. Okay, no space. All right, just gonna do it over my sink so that I'm not making a huge mess over there. So there you go. Are everybody with me right now? Okay, while I'm doing that, I'm going to fish out my chicken so that it gets a chance to cool. Okay, so this is my chicken from earlier. All right, I'm just going to cut it up a little bit so that it has a chance to cool, and then after that I'm going to pull the chicken so that see, when you brine it, it's really juicy. Really especially useful if you're like barbecuing or frying the chicken. So anyway, I'm just opening it up a little bit so that it's it can have a chance to cool down for the salad. Okay, and now I'm going to move my camera so to the other side to cook the Sichuan fish. Okay, everybody with me so far? All right, let's see. Chili oil, espresso maker. This is dirty, so I'm gonna wipe it off. All right. Can you guys see my pen?
Yeah.
Yep. Perfect. All right. So, right. So we're going to start with cooking the fish now. So we've done with the chili oil. We've volatilized the fish. We've made prep. Oh, one more prep I haven't done is, of course, the style of this dish is the Chinese celery. Okay. What we're going to do is use the leaves and also the stems. Okay. Just kind of like tear it to 2-inch pieces. Gonna use my hand to cut it to 2-inch pieces. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna do a similar thing as the stir fry that we did. Wow, how long ago was that? A while ago. Okay, so heat up some oil. I'm gonna sear the celery. This is the broth from the steaming of the chicken, which is tasty. I'll drink it later. Okay. So yeah, it's not hot yet. Remember, we want to look at those legs. Nice and hot. Then we're going to sear the celery. After that, we're going to cook up the spices. All right. And then cook in the aromatics. All right. Oh, wait, do you mind opening the window for me? It's really hot. All right, so it's ready. I'm just gonna sear it. Whoa, the ginger went in. The ginger's not supposed to go in there. Smell the celery. I find that the Chinese celery has a really beautiful smell, more so than the Western celery, the celery we're used to. I think they're related. Okay, once it turns a deeper color green, we can remove it and set it aside. Then we are going to coax out the aromatics from the Sichuan peppercorn. You can just use one color if you want, and then the dried chili. Okay. And it's just gonna cook, and you're gonna smell it. Your whole house is gonna smell the mala from the Sichuan peppercorn. Now you see it's smoking. Then you can start adding the rest of the aromatics, okay? Some folks take this out and put it together with the oil and leave it, but I just kind of like put it in at the same time. Next, I'm going to put the rest of the aromatics, which is the okay, the chili bean paste, okay. I'm going to add a little bit more oil to it at this point. All right. Oh, it's already buzzed. Let's turn off the heat. And then the garlic, the ginger, and the green onions. Okay. So hot. All right. Okay. Now you're really gonna smell it. Then you add in 2 cups of 1.5 cups of water. I'm gonna add the seasoning too. So you just kind of like splash off the alcohol, and then 1.5 cups of water. Okay. And then just kind of like bring it to boil. When it comes to a boil, oh, I forgot to add the Sichuan peppercorn, Sichuan chili powder too. So, okay. So bring it to a boil. When it comes to a boil, we're going to add the fish and the celery. All right, and then we're going to finish. This is the rest of the sauce. There was some salt at the bottom, so I'm just going to make sure the sugar and salt at the bottom. Make sure everything goes in. Okay. When it comes to a boil, this is when I add the fish in. Okay. We'll just cook for a few minutes. Fish cooks really fast. Whoops. Okay, I'm going to top in the celery. And then just going to come to a boil. And then we're going to pour in that spicy chili oil. And there's your water boiled fish. So now I want to come back to my chicken. So yeah, here you go. Here's your fish. Just gonna come to a boil maybe in like 3 minutes. I will come back to this. Okay. So back to my chicken. Okay. Are you guys all following me? All right. Here's my fish is now boiling. Okay. And my chicken is cooled, a little bit more cooled down. I'm gonna tear it up. Can you see me tearing up the chicken? So obviously, you know, you want to make sure that this is, you know, cooled down and right. Chicken goes in. If you have chicken skin, if you like the chicken skin, you can just cut it up too. Okay. Chicken goes in. Toss it all up. My fish is almost done. Okay. And then my dressing, right? So remember I was saying that I like to add some shallot oil to my dressing. So I add like a couple tablespoons of shallot oil. Now pour it over. See, all the sugar is pretty much dissolved. I'm just gonna put it in. And there you go. That's your goiga. You can, of course, if you're vegetarian, you can use tofu or just skip it all together and use like soy sauce as a substitute for the chicken. I mean, so the substitute for the fish sauce. All right, I'm gonna turn off the heat on my fish. Okay. So here you go. That's my one dish. And then I'm going to crumble some peanuts over my chicken dish. Just put in the Ziploc bag, run. Okay, some toasted peanuts. And then your crispy shallots right on top. Okay. There you go. That's the salad. And then let me plate the other dish. What time is it? Ha, 6:23. I'm ending early. Whew, although my table is a mess. So the other one, I'm going to test to see if my fish is fully cooked. Nope, it's okay. Give it maybe 1 more minute for those that was. Okay. And this is and of course, we want to get those pieces out. Your fish, you have spices, you have your, what's that, the celery, and then lots of oil on top. Okay, and then finish with a drizzle of sesame oil. And the cilantro. Okay, or 2 cilantro, or maybe some green onions too. If you're doing the green onions, you would want to cut it at the bias. So if you
Linda, do you use toasted sesame oil?
Yep, toasted sesame oil. Ta-da! That's it.
Hey, you did that in under an hour. That's amazing.
Wow, I thought I wasn't going to make it. So anyway, but my place is a mess. So.
I mean, I make both of these, but especially the fish with the crazy water using the Chinese celery. That's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, I mean, give it a taste. If you like it, you know, sour, you can add some vinegar to it. But the original recipe, I don't put vinegar to it.
Mm.
It's delicious.
Yeah,
So, yeah, you know, you can do this in 20 minutes. So yeah, definitely do that. Yeah. So
does anybody have
yeah.
for about 4 minutes? You can unmute yourself if you want.
This looks so good.
Great. Who do we have here? Let's see.
Thank you.
All right. Okay. All right. Well.
Oh, Maggie, you cooked a lot.
Oh,
Nice.
wow. Look at that. Good job.
Amazing. Gonna spotlight
That
you.
is amazing.
Can we see it? Can we see it again? Yeah.
Look at that. Wow.
It's really
Did
messy.
you do
but,
that all?
It's messy because they're trying to go so fast. You can't clean in between, you know?
Yep. And he's making the salad. So we're putting that together right now.
Great.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, if who else? Anyone has any questions? Shoot away. If not,
Oh, yeah,
next month, yeah.
Jeannie said that she stir fries the veggies like you taught us the last time all the time. So that was very valuable for all
That's
the veggies and
wonderful. That's wonderful. I mean, that's the whole idea for this series of classes. It's not, it's not supposed to be like making beautiful food or whatever. It's like making food that's tasty and that you eat every day and that's really easy to put together, right?
Yeah.
So hopefully you guys are doing that with salads like this. The no charm, you can pour it over your shaved kohlrabi, for instance. You can pour it over slices of cucumbers that you're gonna get. With the herbs and things like that. The herbs, if you take it off the stem and then put it into a deli container and put a piece of kitchen towel on top, it will last like a couple of weeks. Or if you have space in the refrigerator, just trim off the end, put it like a bunch of flowers, cover it with a plastic wrap and then put it in water, but cover it in a plastic wrap and then put it in the fridge. It will last for like a couple of months. So it's like creating a little cool greenhouse for them.
Yeah, I've seen some chefs in restaurants do that, especially with holy basil. Oh, Barbara wants to ask, can I ask Linda about freezing chilies? How long do they last?
They last, I don't know, I've had chilies from, I don't know when, I don't even put a date on it. I just drop it into the freezer. And if it looks freezer burn, then I won't use it. But I just put it into a Ziploc bag and throw it into the freezer. Especially, I don't know, I don't think, are you planting chilies this year?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're doing sweet peppers and then also some spicy peppers, but probably not enough to give everybody. We've had a lot of gopher loss in the hoop house.
They like chili?
Oh. They're eating the sweet ones.
So. Yeah. Thai chilies, when you get a bunch, there's so many of it and they're so spicy. So I usually just take it off the branch and then freeze them immediately. Or I just put it in white vinegar and pickle it that way and then use it as a pickled chili. Whole. I freeze them whole. I pickle them whole. The tiny chili that we had earlier. I probably still have some that are pickled or frozen from last year, actually, from last year's box. And if you're doing curries and things like that, and I don't think I'm doing a class on that. What I also do is I grind them up, in my food processor, in my blender. I grind up shallot, I grind up chili, and I put it into ice cubes like baby food, but just like shallot or lemongrass or chili. And then when I want to do a curry, I just take a couple of ice cubes of shallot, a couple of ice cubes of chili, and one cube of galangal or 1 cube of lemongrass, and I can make a spice paste, almost instantaneously from the freezer. Well, it tastes pretty good. Oh.
So you said you put oil in the ice cubes?
No, I just grind them up and just put them in an ice cube. And then once it comes out, I just put it into a Ziploc bag and freeze them.
Yeah. Well, awesome. Does anybody else have any questions for Linda, the expert? I'm so appreciative, Linda, that you're doing these classes. I'm very, very thankful for what you.
I hope folks would. I'm so happy to hear people are doing the stir fry. I would love to hear like folks are like doing the shallot oil, blanching the vegetables, and just eating it with shallot oil. I mean, eggplant, just blanch the eggplant. Well, you can broil, steam, whatever. But softened eggplant with the shallot oil and some soy sauce is just heavenly. So many things you can do with the shallot oil. That was why I wanted to show it today.
Yeah, definitely want to do some oils. So. Okay.
Okay.
Well, thank you so much and enjoy your dinner.
Thank you.
Well, thank you, everybody. All right.
Okay, thanks, Linda. Thank you.
Okay. Bye-bye.
This will be on our website too. Bye.
Bye.